Welcome back. You have heard from 3 of Madison's candidates for mayor over the past couple of months here on For the Record. This week, they took their ideas side by side to the public in 2 broadcast forums. We have compiled a quick look at some of the hits, including each of their takes on affordable housing and home ownership in the Black community of Madison, plus the revitalization of Madison's South Side.
As mayor, how would you ensure Black Madisonians can accumulate wealth through home ownership? And as the city seeks to balance growing population, how do you plan to do that with a lack of available single-family homes?
The median Black household income, demographic by race or ethnicity, is unable to afford median rent in the city. Over half of the rental housing in the city is not affordable for our Black families. And it's even worse for, as you said, for our Black home ownership. I plan to develop a mayor's housing advisory team, and that's going to consist of planning councils, neighborhood associations, developers, residents, property managers, realtors to implement targeted solutions to move Black families into home ownership. We have designated significant funds to build rental housing in the city. And we need targeted approaches to ensure that our Black families are ready. And we do that by working with organizations such as Own It, work with lenders to provide a pathway into home ownership.
Unfortunately, right now, land prices alone in this area have made it unattainable for almost everyone. Improving how minority families, Black families, and anyone who's not already owning a house can get one is not going to be an easy answer. The city doesn't build single-family homes. We don't have land to provide for single-family home use. Working with lenders, working with the state to try and expand some of the programs that are out there is a great idea. But this has to be education and employment opportunities to improve your income before we can come up with a way to supply single-family homes.
My staff is actively researching right now how we can create ownership opportunities for that first-time home buyer. It might not be a detached single-family home. It might be a townhouse, it might be a condo, but we are actively working on how we can create that type of housing in Madison. That's thing one. Thing two is helping to support folks be ready for ownership and be able to enter the ownership market. And here I have to give a shout out to the work that the Urban League has done in preparing people for home ownership and helping them with down payments. The city has a program to give down payment assistance. That's something that we need to continue to do. And the third thing is we need to build wealth so people can afford to buy in our community.
There is a Black renaissance on the south side of Madison, and 2 major undertakings are being developed: the Black Business Hub and the Center for Black Excellence and Culture. What have you done, or what will you do to make sure these 2 initiatives are successful or realized in Madison under your direction?
We have been supporting these projects. We'll continue to support these projects and new ones as they come forward. The city's also been land banking on the south side so that we can help to preserve affordability both for housing but also for commercial opportunities. And we are, I hope, shortly going to be creating a tax increment financing district for the south side for Park Street, which will allow us, if the council approves it, to invest over $100 million in the south side for economic development, but perhaps more importantly, for home ownership opportunities here on the south side and for infrastructure investments.
I am actively involved in the sites as an enforcement officer for the City of Madison Traffic Engineering. So currently, Central Hispano is suffering because the hub got the sidewalk closure first on their side of Hughes Place. I can't let both sidewalks be closed at the same time. So I'm in a rough spot on that. But I have supported it and I've worked with them to expand things. The hub has run into some really interesting problems. Nobody realized that that had been a gas station, and when they took the pumps out, or the tanks out of the ground, they backfilled it with pea gravel. So when they started doing work down there, the whole site started slumping in. So my experience and my work on this is a little bit more mundane and day-to-day active with it, but I've supported it, and I'd continue to support it.
Thank you to all the organizations who are leading this effort, right? It has really been grassroots. And the Black Renaissance and the Black Business Hub, you all see a vision. And it's about time, right? How long, how many years did it take us to get here, right? And so I'm grateful for the COVID money, one-time investments that we were able to make in South Madison. I'm concerned, though, about the long-term budget deficit and being able to sustain the South Madison development project into the future. If it wasn't, I guess let's just be frank here, if it wasn't for the one-time money, the city would not have made this commitment.
Thank you. We'll be right back.